Hey guys, we're bringing something new to the channel, bringing Photoshop tutorials. They're a little different from what we're used to here, such as that we're mainly gaming, but this can help you in gaming in a way if you were to start a YouTube channel. So here we're just going to show the basics and then eventually move into the super hard, complicated stuff that comes along with Photoshop. So to begin, Photoshop is the world's leading photo editing software. It's a lot more advanced than Paint. If you're using Paint to edit stuff, forget about it. This will make it look professional. Alright, so we're going to start here. Let's do this. So first thing you do if you ever want to open a picture, you're going to go to File, Open. And then you're going to pick your picture here. But first we need to get a picture. So let's go to Google Chrome. Let's look up, why not look up Bioshock? Get something creepy here. Images. Alright, so we have this Bioshock logo. It looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Ooh, and let's use bubbles from here. Bubbles. There it goes. Let's get a picture of bubbles. So what we're going to do, we're going to save the image. We're going to go... Let's go... Save it. Why is it saving in downloads folder? That's weird. Alright, cool. Now we go back to Photoshop. We're going to open up this picture. Let's go right back to the downloads folder. There it is. Big Daddy and Little Sister, aka Bubbles and the creepy little girl. Alright, sorry if I spoiled anything of the Bioshock series for anybody. But here we go. So, we're going to do the basics here, like cropping. So, cropping basically is taking out a part of a picture and just moving it somewhere else. So, to begin, a bunch of these little tools on the side, they all have other tools along with them. So if you see, this has no little arrow right here, but this one has a little arrow right there. There's a little arrow right on the bottom, so that means it has extra tools under it. What you want to do if you want to get extra tools, you right click it, rectangular marquee tool. You can make a square, and that's if you want to do like any size you want. But if you want to have a perfect square, you're gonna go ahead and hold down shift and make it. And as you see, I go to the side, it doesn't get bigger unless I pull it down, so it stays a perfect square. And then there's an elliptical marquee tool. Same thing, you can make an oval, or if you hold down shift, you can have a perfect circle. And then these other ones, if you want to make, I guess, rows, like if you want to cut off a half of it or something. And this one's same thing, but vertical. And nobody really uses those. Mainly people use these two. Alright, so next thing. First things first, before we move on to this other stuff I was going to tell you about. Crop tool. That's what you want to do. Oh, what the heck just happened to our photo? Okay. So, no, don't crop. Don't crop. Oops, sorry, that's because I had this selected. So, make sure you don't have anything selected, and let's take out the crop tool here. So crop tool, that's how it works. You find a piece of the picture you want. Let's say oh, we don't want that. Let's say that we want to make you just want a little picture of Bubbles' head. Let's get Bubbles' head right there. Nice and beautiful little head. Oh man, I messed up. I got this other side of him that I want. So that's what you're gonna do. Let's pull it in there. Put it in. Oh, we got a little extra headroom. Pull it down. There we go. Now we're going to press crop the image. And we have Bubbles' head. Alright, so now that we have his head, let's start something else. So if you ever want to make something new from scratch, what you want to do is go to new. Right here. Then it's asking you for your dimensions. Right here it's asking me for pixels. And you can put in inches, centimeters, millimeters, points, picas, columns. I'm not sure what these last three are. But you can make them all different sizes. So let's do inches. Let's do a 10 by 10 inch paper. Resolution is going to be how large it's going to appear online. So I'll show you that too. So here it is. Here's our little 10 by 10. Okay. This is it. This is how large it is if we were to print it. I'm pretty sure. Right? Yeah, print. This is the print size. 24. This is how big it'd look. or it's going to show you what it's going to look like when you print it. And if we were to put it onto the computer, like if you're going to post on the web, if you're going to put a picture on a website, this is what it'll look like. And that's pretty big. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to move pictures. So now we have Bubbles' head over here. Just drag it out. Go here. There's Bubbles. Really tiny, don't you think? So now that we have it in print size right here, print size. This would. So if you were to, oh, that's the zoom tool. Sorry. If you were to print this actual picture here, that's how big Bubbles' head would be, right there. That's how big. And if you were to get the actual pixels, Bubbles would be like that big, and this would be a ginormous picture, right? But we like to use fit screen, or if you'd like, double click the zoom tool. But we already had fit screen, so it's not. And what you're gonna do, if you want to zoom in ever to get something, like to get a little detail, just click with the zoom tool. Let's look at Bubbles' this beautiful eye. Alright, go back to fit screen. And now that we move Bubbles' head, let's go back. So what you're going to do, you can either go step backward right here, edit, step backward. You can right click. Didn't do anything, sorry. Or what you can do, you can hold Control, Alt, Z. And just keep pressing it, and you'll keep stepping backward. And you'll go back to your original image. See, we got Bubbles again. This big fist. Alright, so another thing. Let's say the crop tool isn't working. Let's say you can't get your little thing with a square. Let's say all I wanted was his fist right there. All I want is his fist. I don't want a square. Well, what you can do is if you just want his fist, but you do want a square. Let's say we do want a square for the moment. You just go like that. Oh no! What happened to Bubbles' fist? Still there. Or let's say we wanted this beautiful little girl's head right here. This beautiful head. Look how pretty she looks. So, bada bing, there she goes. There's a little head. I think we should have made this thing a lot smaller. Right. So that's what we can do. But let's say you want to try doing this freehand. You are a beast artist. You can just manage to do this freehand. So if you're going to try that, go ahead and pick the lasso tool. This allows you to do this. You can cut anything out freehand style, which basically means you're not using any tool. You're doing it all by how your hand's moving. And I got his fist again. It's not as clean. It has more of the actual fist, but it's not as clean as the actual square. So only uses if you have a steady hand, or if you're actually working like you really want this really good. Another tool you can use is a polygonal lasso tool. Similar to the lasso. Lasso is all freehand, right? But polygonal, it's a little different. Polygonal is more lines. See that? All you do is pick the tool, click once, and then it'll start a line for you. And you can just keep clicking, making a polygon. And eventually when you close up your polygon, it gives you your little picture there. And let's go back here. Alright, so let's say you don't want to use any of those. Let's say you want to use a magnetic lasso. Magnetic lasso is a great tool to have. Help me out to do some stuff. So what you want to do before we start there? No. Alright, so you're going to pick the spot you want to start at. Boom. And what you're going to do is you're going to outline it. Just outline it. Outline. Oh, no, we messed up there. Outline it. Outline it. I think. No, okay. But look at that. It came out even better than the actual lasso. It didn't come out as clean as this, but it still came out a lot better. Alright? But let's say we want it really clean. You're going to want the quick selection tool. So for this you might want to zoom in a little bit. So make sure you get everything. Go back to the quick selection tool. and this is gonna be how much of the area around it actually chooses. So let's say I click here, look how much it chose, right? So we go back, we choose like 5. It barely chose anything. So just gonna be pretty much the radius of how big your selection is gonna be to begin with. So that's what we're gonna do, okay? So we're just gonna go here. Oh, my mouse is being wacky. Go in here. Oh no, look at that, we messed up again. Oh, but there's a secret, guys. All you have to do is hold Alt. You see that? You see how it's a minus? And just go over it like that. And to include, guys, you don't have to keep clicking or anything for this. You just have to hold the mouse button and, keep going. Just keep selecting. Look at that beautiful fist of bubbles. Look at that. So let's go back here. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, this was being weird. So we're gonna zoom in here. We're gonna compare these fists. Alright? Fist number 1. This was with the crop tool. Fist number 2, the lasso. Fist number 3, magnetic lasso. Fist number 4, the selection tool. So, you see how it's still kind of gritty around the corners? We can actually fix that. Alright? So the way to fix that is we're going to go back here. We still have it selected. We didn't unselect it. So you're going to do is click Refine Edge, and it'll show you your picture before you send it out. So you can edit the contrast if you want, if you'd like. But it's still kind of fuzzy, so we're gonna make it a little smoother. See that? Look at that. See? So you make it a little smooth there. Add a little feather. Oh no, don't add feather. That'll make it lighter. Add a little bit of contrast. Look at that contrast. It just cleared up the blurred, and it made it nice and soft around the edges, on the corners. And then all you gotta do, boom, take it out, put it right here. Look at that. Which one looks better now? This one or this one? This is his actual fist, all nice and soft around the corners. Perfect. Alright guys, and this has been the first Photoshop tutorial on selecting. Next one we're gonna cover coloring. So stay tuned, and we'll get more in depth to what these little boxes over here are, these layers. So we're gonna get more in depth there, and stay tuned, and get ready for some more tutorials to become a master of Photoshop. Hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.